Switch, where victory lives, with Nicole Elizabeth Squires, only on LA Talk Radio.
Well, welcome to the Recovery Switch tonight. We are excited about this topic and subject. You know, knowing your identity in the midst of the music business, that's a heavy subject and to be talking about. We have on my co-host, Chuck Mason. Well, you know, we're going to do it today.
Good evening. Yes, we are. We're going to have a great show today.
And my guest tonight is Mr. Lamar Lubin, a.k.a. Deuce.
Welcome, Lamar.
He is an extraordinary singer. Actually, performer in general. I wouldn't just say singer, because we know he has a great voice, but he is extraordinary. And I wanted to bring him on because he has come from having a platinum recording group that he was a lead singer to, and now to redefining himself. So he has a lot of knowledge and information that we need to know in the music business, because the music business will try to define you, redefine you, chew you up, spit you back out. Yes. And if you don't know what to do within this business or know who you are, you will not make it in this business. And it's just a fact. It's about business and it's about money. And it's really not about finding out what you want. It's about what they want. So now the internet has changed that. We have social media. A lot of young kids are becoming social media stars or different people. So we've kind of taken some of the control out of their hands. Not all, because they are a machine. And I'm not knocking them, because there's some good record companies out there. But I do want you to know your path. And I do want you to know what to do. So, Deuce, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right.
Welcome. You notice I called you Deuce.
Yes. Yes.
We go way back.
Yes, we do.
And to the Sunset Room days.
Yes.
And you were incredible. I remember hearing you for the first time. No, serious.
Oh, you know, that means a lot to me to hear from you, because you guys know her kids are incredible, and she's an incredible woman as well. So,
thank you. No, Deuce would go on the stage and basically kill it. And you're like, wow, this is coming out this man's voice. We're like, for real? And tell me a little bit about where you're from. How did you get started? Who you are? A little bit about you before we really get into it, because I want them to know a little backstory on you.
Well, I'm originally from the Bay Area, a little town called East Palo Alto, and grew up in Oakland and Sacramento. But my whole life, I kind of was into theater and into music and stuff like that. And then I kind of steered off on the wrong path. And I'll be honest with you, I went to continuation school. But I got a break. I had a lady who really believed in me and introduced me to a chancellor of a college. And I ended up going to a 4-year institution called Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
All right.
So I tell people, just because you messed up in high school, you can, you can redeem yourself and you can go places. So that's the reason why I've always had that drive to, whenever something knocks you down, just keep going. So from there, I was in college, and I came home, and I had a friend named Wanda, took me shopping. And we didn't have cross colors. I know this is true. We didn't have cross colors in Louisiana. Okay. And I wanted some cross colors because I wanted to take them back to Louisiana. So
that's back in the day. He going back.
Yeah, we're going way back.
Cross
until
colors.
I'm older. Yeah. And I wanted some cross colors so I could go back to Louisiana and be like, I can't. I went home and
you're showing your age now.
Yes, I am. I look good for my age.
Okay.
But what happened is, while I was there, these guys came up, and I remember them from high school, and they were like, "Hey, you still singing?" And I would go, "Oh, you guys remember I sang?" And they were like, "Yeah, we need a singer for this group, and we might have a shot." Actually, coming talking about Straight Outta Compton with Eazy-E, and I was like, "For real? Come on, guys!" And they're like, "Yeah, we need somebody that can do like Jodeci." And so at the time, I was like, "You know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm going to go back to college. I'm finishing. It's my last year." And I had two cousins that sang. And I said, "You know what I'll do? I'm going to be a manager." So I said, I'm going to go get my degree. I'm going to become a manager. I'm going to manage my cousins and manage the group.
Right.
So both of my cousins chickened out. And
They did?
And
it wasn't their time and purpose.
Yeah, you know what? And I was talking to my mom, and my mom said, "You act like you the one that want to do this." So I got mad at my mother. And I went and called this DJ I knew, and I said, I got to learn a song because one thing, and you know this, one
Yeah.
thing I am is I'm a man of my word.
You are.
If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to try to do it. If I can't get it done, I'm going to let you know, look, I at least tried. But
Yes.
if I say I'm going to try to do something, I try.
You do.
So
That's
good.
I said, you know
he
what?
really does.
That's great.
So what I did was I said, well, I at least need to show up. Since I told these guys I'd bring somebody to their audition.
Okay.
So I showed up.
Right.
And this is totally so real. I had learned, I'm bad with some of y'all that know me out there know I will mess up some lyrics. I really have to study and practice.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes, yes, I will have to bring some sheet music on stage.
That's every artist.
Hey,
but
sometimes it's
but
like that.
I learned a Temptation song and I learned My, Johnny Gill.
okay.
And really telling my age now. And so in the middle of me singing for them, My, I forgot the words. And I just started, doing the growling like,
Right,
my,
right.
my, just doing all that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this white man comes from behind like this curtain, and I
Right.
got scared and I ran because I thought it was the police or somebody. And I'm going like, oh my God, these guys set me up or something.
right.
So I run out the room and they ran after me, and it turned out to be his name is Terry Heller. It was Jerry Heller's nephew.
Oh, okay.
And so they were
Great.
they really were looking for somebody.
Oh.
And it was a trip because they were like, you're the voice we need. So I was, it was really, that was God because I
Yes, it
really,
was.
I couldn't believe I came home for summer break to work to intern at Channel 3 NBC because that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be, newscaster.
Right.
And
You have the newscaster voice.
that's what I wanted to be.
Right.
And
Oh, okay.
all of a sudden, here are these guys. And so when they told me Easy, I didn't believe them. And like 2 days later, I'm at home, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
My mother gets up and she's mad. She's like, phone call, this better be good. And it's like 6 o'clock, boy. I get on the phone and this guy is telling me, can you sing some Jodeci for me? And I'm like, who is this?
Right.
And he was like, this is Easy E. And I was like, man, be quiet. This ain't no Easy E.
Right.
And he's like, no, seriously, this is Easy. And I was like, no, it ain't. And so I said, well, feed me the words and I'll sing it to you.
No, you didn't go there.
Yeah, I did. So he went and did that, and the other guy from the group was on the line. It was a three-way.
Mm-hmm.
And he liked it. And God is my witness. 2 days later, he had a plane ticket for us to come to L.A., and we had
Wow.
a demo
That's
deal. We had a
awesome.
3-month demo deal.
Wow.
Great.
Wow. Wow.
Look at that.
And
So only you have these stories. Like you Easy gonna call you for real? And it's so relevant. It's so funny. We planned this show a long time ago, and now Straight Outta Compton came out, so we're talking. Everybody's talking about Easy, and his mindset to start business and different things like that. But that's pretty phenomenal.
well, actually, my group kind of spawned from. My group was called Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, DRS. Had a song called Gangsta Lean. This is for my homies. So basically, we honestly were trying to be the singing NWA.
I saw the
Right, huh?
pictures. They were very
Yeah.
gangster. I was like,
Pendletons,
that is not you.
Pendletons, but like I was saying, we were talking about the industry, how the industry defines you.
Right.
Right.
And that's basically how the industry, that's what they were looking for at the time.
Right.
They were looking for that. I mean, I'll be honest with you, we would do showcases and we would chain ourselves to each other, like the chain gang.
yeah.
Oh.
And we'd come out there and every time someone have a lead, they come out, like they go in the front and they sing a part of the song.
Oh, okay.
And we noticed that having that look, the Bats, the Pendletons, everyone looked at us like, oh God, here comes another rap group.
Right.
Because we look
Yeah.
like rappers. And then we started singing. And then they would take note and go, oh my God, these guys sing.
Sing.
I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, word, I'm going to be honest with you. Only one person in the group was really a true gangster.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. So when we got to the record companies loved us.
Great.
Where we messed up is we went with MC Hammer.
Oh.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah, I did say that out loud.
MC.
I can
Okay.
say that now. I'm grown now.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
all
Well,
right.
Yeah,
well,
and-
explain to me that
Yeah.
statement.
Well, we had like I was saying, like the younger artists out there, I love that you guys now have your own media, you have the
Yes.
social media, that you can go out there and you can put your own music out there because
Right.
when you're young and you don't know things, you think that these older artists that have been around, you think they're made it, they've got money. So what happened is we had 4 record companies looking at us.
Okay.
We had Capitol, we had Sony, we had Suge Knight, and then we had Easy. And Capitol really liked us a lot. And we were thinking, oh, maybe we could do that. But Hammer came to us and said, no, you come with us. No. Y'all my boys. Tell them you're my boys. Because he was letting us saying that I can get you a better deal. He was like, they're going to screw you. So why don't you come with me in my camp and I'll get you the better deal.
So let's backtrack.
Wow.
So you were with Easy. They put
we had
music on
we had a 3-month. They don't do this anymore, y'all. This is real old school.
Okay.
We used to have a thing called demo deal.
Yes, I remember
And they
that.
used to pay for our demos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what the contract would say is that if they decided not to take you, you can
Right.
keep the music that you did on the demo.
Okay,
And
right.
you shop it somewhere else.
Right.
Right.
Well, what happened is once your demo deal is done that last day,
Mm-hmm.
the next day, in the contract, they're supposed to either call you and say, hey, we're going to give you your deal.
Okay.
Well, we waited the whole day, but Easy didn't call us. Hammer got to us first and said, look,
Mm-hmm.
I got a deal for you since he didn't call you. The bad part is Easy called us the next day. But we had already went down and we had already
You
made
already
it.
signed in one day.
I'm telling you, you know what?
Wow.
That's the reason why we were young, we were dumb, we didn't know. I mean, I'll be honest with you. My hero has always been Ice Cube. When I got down there, I prayed about it. Me and my mom, we prayed and we said, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it.
right.
Right.
I went down there and I said, you know what? I'm going to be a part of this group, but I just want to be like Ice Cube. That's exactly what I said. I said, I'm kind of crazy. Y'all. I said, I want to be like Ice Cube. I don't want to sign. I'm just going to be part of the group. And, I help everyone out.
Right.
Because my plan was, I didn't even want to be the lead singer. I just wanted to be a background singer so that I could get in the industry, learn it, and then I could, like,
Right.
pull
Pull
away,
away.
Yeah, pull
and
away.
then do my own thing.
Right.
Yep.
But
Work your
Hammer
way
and
up.
them said, well, when we were about to sign, everyone was like, yeah. And when I said that statement, they went back. You know how they do it. They jockey. They go back in the room.
Right.
And they come back and they say, well, if he doesn't sign, we don't sign the group. So my boys said
So
to
they
me,
pulled one of those.
yeah, my boys said, Lamar, we've been trying to do this. Come on. And so I ain't gonna lie. I asked my boys, I said, are we gonna be a team? Are we gonna be like brothers? Are we gonna be like boys
Right.
to men?
Right.
And they were like, yeah. But I tell you, once you get that fame, things change.
Right.
You
Wow.
know, things
Just like
real.
that.
Oh man, I mean, you man, you can be sleeping all in the same house on the floor together, no food, getting $5 and $10 together to eat. Everyone can
Right,
eat.
right.
Right.
Then when you start making a little bit of money and you get a
Right.
little bit of fame, you start noticing that people change a little bit.
Right.
They will.
But this is what I tell people. It's not that they really changed. It was always them.
There. Oh, them.
Ah, right.
It was
Okay.
always them. See, you know how people say, oh, no, success changed you? No, success doesn't change you. It's what's inside you from the start.
That starts to
Wow,
come
yes.
out and permeate to the top.
Yeah, it permeates to the top because
Yeah.
And it will.
then what happened, that's what happens.
Yes.
And a lot of these stars, people be like, oh, yeah, but you got to understand that a lot of stars realize you have to kind of humble yourself in the beginning.
Yes.
Right.
In their mind, a lot of them have grand delusions that they're already great. So then when they get to that point,
Right.
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, wait a minute, you slept on my couch. You did this and that. And, and then now here I fed you and I did this for you. And now you can't even, I can't even get you to call me or even get a comp ticket. Hello, everybody.
Sometimes it's like that.
So let me say something. So you have actually have done you've had a platinum recording with your group.
Yeah. can I
Other
show you?
stuff there. Sure, yeah, absolutely show us. So that is the platinum recording with the
Yeah.
thing.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Okay, and this is with DRS.
This is with
Now,
DRS.
who did this? Is this with Easy?
No,
The
this is
demo
MC
deal?
Hammer.
Oh, this is with MC Hammer. So he did get
Oh,
you
Hammer, okay.
somewhere.
Oh, no. You know what? Everything wasn't as bad because what happened is he did get us out there. One thing I have to say, if it wasn't for Hammer, people would never know who Lamar Deuce Lubin is.
Okay.
Okay.
I do believe
okay.
that because
You have to give him that.
he gave me the platform. I
Right.
mean, we went on to do the movie soundtrack, Jason's Lyric.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was
So
going to get
I got
into
to
that
do
too.
Black Men United,
Yeah.
which was really
What's
historical.
that?
That's when we all got together and sang that song, You Will Know.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
dreams ain't easy. Just stick by your plan.
Okay.
D'Angelo wrote it.
Oh,
It was 40 of us, 40
Oh, yeah.
African American artists, men that got together, and
Wow.
we performed it live on American Music Awards back in '94, '95.
Wow.
And I mean, and to see, and it was really a trip when Queen Latifah and I forget the country singer's name, who when they introduced us, they said that we had already at that time. This was 94, 95. They said everybody who was on the stage had sold at least about 100 million albums.
Wow.
Combined?
I mean, combined. I mean, you
wow.
had Gerald Levert. You had D'Angelo wrote the song. Brian McKnight. I mean, you had all those. Boys to Men was on the song. H-Town. My group, DRS Portrait. You had all those groups on there.
Right.
And I thought to myself when I was reviewing it, when I was going through this,
Yeah.
I was thinking, if we all had 100 million albums, I mean, come on, $1 album. We all should have been. I should be living in Beverly Hills right now.
Right.
Like, you know,
Right.
so someone's making was making money off of us,
Right.
but we weren't making the money. I mean, with me, the reason why I talk about Hammer is because Hammer filed bankruptcy on me. I mean,
Right.
I thought I was going to get $4.1 million.
Right.
I mean, you know, because my song. I mean,
That's
my song,
good. You're dead
Yeah.
platinum.
I mean, it went 5 times platinum. The album went gold. I mean, I was in Japan and people knew who I was. I mean, we had fan clubs in England and all kind of places. And so I was thinking, oh, and then when we did Jason's Lyric and
then you did the tours.
yeah, we're doing the tour. And
So
the
the
thing
tours
is, I
bring in
wasn't
a
even.
lot of money.
Well, see, the thing is, a lot of artists don't know that when you're with the record company, your first tour is on tour support. So basically, you don't make any money because the record company is kind of financing it. But then I found
okay.
in the middle of my tour that Hammer and Capitol had kind of split ways. So I wasn't even on tour support. So I was just making income, but I wasn't
That's
seeing it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
what happened is, here I am thinking, oh, I get to buy my mama a house, you know, get
Yeah.
I get a
Right.
car.
All your dreams.
You know,
All
I was
your
thinking,
dreams,
you know,
yeah.
because my thing was that I was like, well, if I get a house, see, the way I was raised, I think if you get a house, you get equity.
Right.
Right.
You know, that's how I think, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm equity. I don't care about the cars, nice car. You know what I'm saying? Cars break
Right.
down, depreciate as soon as you get off the lot.
True.
You know, but, you know, I wanted to have tangible things. I wanted to have a business. And I was thinking, you know what? This is a way for my life
Right.
to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Then to go to the meeting and find out that, well, you are owed $4.1 million, but Hammer filed bankruptcy on you.
Wow.
So, you know,
That had to feel.
That hurt.
Bad.
It hurt
Yeah, real
hearing
bad.
it.
Yeah.
That hurt hearing it,
Yeah.
man.
So, so all your cars are gone. You know, your livelihood's kind of gone.
Wow.
And then some people say I'm the reason why the group kind of broke up, but I'm not. You guys, I'm not the reason. I just said to myself, you know what? And this is what we're talking about, defining yourself.
Define yourself. Yeah.
At that point, I realized when other people were coming to me, the Face Records and people like that were coming to me. See, when I first got in the group, I didn't know my worth. I didn't know my voice. I didn't know
Say
that my
that
voice.
again.
I didn't know my voice. I didn't know that I actually, you know, if I was thinking, well, I signed a contract this thick, you guys. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now I know if it's longer than 3 pages, I don't sign it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you have to
okay.
learn that.
Right.
And there's a group called, I believe, UNV and United Nubian Voices, and there was a guy that was in the group.
Right.
And they didn't really have a big hit, but they were with Madonna. And the funny part was the brother was on tour with me. And this is the reason why this is the reason why we're gonna go to my next thing.
Right.
What I really want to do for other
Right, right,
artists.
right.
He said to me, Deuce, what's in your writer? What do you? I mean, you guys are number one on the charts. What do you put in your writer? And I'll be honest with you. I
What's
said
that?
writer.
What's a writer?
I said, what's a writer? He said, you're writer. You know, like writer. Like before you get here, how much money are you getting? And then when you get here, what's
Right.
going to be in your dressing room? And you know, do you want pink M&Ms, red M&Ms, green M&Ms?
Right.
You know, you want candy bars? Do
Yep.
you want
Oh,
you know,
okay.
what do you? So in the writers, that's exactly what when you're going on the tours.
Yeah.
That's what you tell them. Well, before I get there, I need this much money, and then when I get
Or
there,
if you're going to show.
yeah,
Right.
you're doing- yeah.
Right.
And then I need this in my dressing room,
Okay.
water, or you know, anything like that.
Is that sort of like a gopher? You know, someone.
No.
No.
a writer.
It's a contract.
Oh, it's a contract. Okay.
It's a contract, and basically, it's just saying this is the things that I need so I
In
can
my
perform
dressing
in my
room.
dressing
Oh, I
room.
see. So everything's
Or,
all
yeah,
set up.
this is
Whatever
the
you
money
need.
I need.
I
I
need
got
water
you.
on the stage. I
Right.
need whatever. It's called a writer.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's something. Yeah, it's a contract to. You know, a lot of people want elaborate things. I want my room gold. I don't know.
Right.
I mean,
It
the
depends
rumor
how
was
big it is.
Anita Baker had to have flowers. You know,
Yeah.
people would be like, "Oh, Anita Baker has
Right.
flowers in the room" or something like
Yeah,
that.
so-
I got
But
you.
I didn't know anything about it. And I said, what are you talking about?
Writer.
And this guy looked at me and said, you got a #1 song in the country, and you don't know what a writer is.
Whoa.
I said, no. And he goes, what about your contract? And I said, well, I read it, but, you know, I said, I think I had a paralegal. I said, I had a paralegal, right? He said it was okay. It wasn't the best contract. And he said, you didn't go line by line through your contract, Deuce. And I said, well, my contract is thick. He said, what? He, at the time, used to, I'm really showing my age, he was a place called Tower Books.
Tower book.
Tower Books.
Like Tower Records, right.
Yeah,
Tower
Tower
Records. Tower
Records.
Books.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
love me
We
some
were
Tower
in
Records.
Savannah, Georgia. God is my witness. He took me. We caught a cab to Tower Books.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a book called This Business of Music.
Yes,
by Donald S.
we've
Passman.
all read that book.
Okay.
And then I went and
That's a
got, and
must.
then I
That's a
got,
must
and,
in the
yes,
business.
and then I got all about the music
Right.
business.
Yeah.
And he
Right.
told me, you take Donald S. Passman's book and you take all about the music business,
Okay.
and you use This Business of Music as the Bible,
Yeah.
Right.
and then you use Donald S. Passman as liner notes.
No,
Oh,
he
and-
is giving some information. I know you guys do social media right now, but I think everybody in the music business have to read those two books because it is the Bible
Yes.
for the business. Even if you want to start your own business or have your own record company, know the business from the publishing to the contracts
The
and everything.
carpet,
right.
how you put, no, serious. I tell these young
Wow.
kids, it's okay to want to be a rapper, but also be the rapper that owns the studio, owns the equipment, owns
Absolutely.
everything. Know exactly how much padding you have to put on your studio,
Right.
what kind of universal mics or,
Yes.
what kind of condenser mics. All of that, we got to get our people to learn that because think about it. African American music, we basically sell most of the music, but we don't own any distribution companies.
Yeah.
Right.
At all. So,
At all.
So
Yeah.
like, if I don't do what this distribution company tells me to, they can stifle me and just say, "Okay, we're not going to do it."
Absolutely.
So that's the reason why they're scared about the social media
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you can get it out there without it. But eventually, honestly, to make the big money, you're going to have to go to the machine, like you said, the
Yeah.
800-pound gorilla, and you're going to have to go there.
Yeah.
And so I tell people, get that book. And once I start reading that book, I'm gonna be honest with you. I started getting really mouthy. I started asking questions, and then when I started asking questions, my company, which when I was working with Roll With It Entertainment and Capitol Records, they started getting really nervous because I was out of the Great Plains and I have asthma, and I was like, hey.
We have a caller.
Oh,
real
okay.
quick. Excuse
Okay.
me.
Sorry, I'm just talking so much.
No. We love what
Hello,
you're
caller.
saying.
Welcome to the Recovery
Hi.
Switch. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
We're doing
I'm
great.
fine. Who's this?
This
What's
is Tony.
calling?
Good. This is Tony Walk.
Tony.
Tony.
Thank you for calling. That's my boy.
Oh, most definitely. I had to call in and just say that, Lamar, I think that you are absolutely amazing. I find it a privilege to know you personally, and you know how I think sometimes when you befriend someone, you get used to who they are and them being who they are. And this past Friday, I got a chance to see you perform, and it just rekindled how great you were to me vocally.
Oh.
Great.
And,
That means a lot because Tony can sing.
Okay.
Oh no, I mean Tony's
Yeah.
an amazing singer. I mean he
Great.
works with Mickey Howard, who has Gladys Knight. I mean he's
Yeah.
an amazing singer.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that means a lot to me.
And I just think that you are amazing, and I just wanted to call and say that I feel like we should celebrate the people that have paved the way and done so many great things before we've come along in the industry. And I'm so proud of you, and thank you so much for keeping your talent alive. I just think you're great, and continue to do what you're doing. And there's still a place for you, and we're waiting.
All
Oh,
right.
thank you.
Wow,
Thank you,
Tony. Tony, thank you for calling because we as industry people and people in this music business have to uplift one another. And the purpose, with the show is to really show the next generation or the generation the journey that we have to take, and like you said, he's paved the way and he's done a lot of work that we have to recognize you for, you and teaching the lesson right now. So Tony, thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Oh, yes, most definitely. And I think his show is amazing. I've had the chance to watch a few of your episodes of the show, and I just think it's great when you're able to get back and bring people that are no longer in the limelight as they were, and put them back in that limelight, let folks know that they're still thriving, they're still
Yes.
alive, and they're still doing their thing. So it's great.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Well, thank you for calling.
Yeah, thank you, Tony.
Yeah. Love you, Lamar.
Love you too, man. That's my boy.
Hello, you're on with Recovery Switch.
Yes, I was calling to talk with Deuce.
All
Yeah,
right.
you're live.
Who are we
Well,
speaking
hey,
to?
Now, I wonder if he could recognize who this is.
All right.
Oh, this is my other boss. This is John Steinreich.
Yeah, you know, I'm looking right at you online.
John Starlight. All right,
This is
John.
my boss. I perform with his wife. They have a company called JDS Entertainment.
Okay.
And if you want to book us, 818-601-2788.
Yeah.
That's right.
We do. We're called Solicious. And so I've been blessed, actually. I mean, it's like family to me. So we perform, like, actually, what Tony was talking about. Friday, we performed at a place called Sarah's in the Valley.
Okay.
And then we performed in Laguna Woods yesterday.
Oh, wow.
It's called the Baby Boomers.
So tell me, his company is, what does it do?
Well, it's called JDS Entertainment, and they have Solicious, and they also have a group called Doc Rocket.
Okay, and so what, you guys perform all over?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're called. This is what's going on in the industry now. We're called a casual band, so that's how we're making money now, because we do the weddings, we do the bar mitzvahs, we do the malls.
Right.
We do, because
But
that's what's
hey.
paying, because the clubs are pay to play now. So
Right.
we're not really making any money in the clubs like they used to back in
Right.
the day.
Yeah, yeah.
You play somewhere in Glendale as well, right?
I used to play in
Oh,
Glendale.
used to.
I used to
Okay.
play in Glendale, but yeah. Oh, so okay? So you've been reading up on me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I used to do a spot
Oh,
with
yeah.
my grandmother, Linda Hopkins. We used to
Right.
do a blues and jazz.
Oh, okay.
And I got recognized. LA Times came out and did an article and stuff
Okay.
like that. So
Well, great. It sounds like what you're doing also is good, what he's doing as far as putting you
Oh,
guys
he-
together.
He's doing great. I mean, we get out and, Lamar's definitely, he's a tremendous asset on the show. I mean, he's a real huge crowd pleaser. And he's taken all of that experience, 2 decades worth of experience, plus the long family pedigree, and really laying it out on the stage, which for me, as sort of the business manager, it makes me feel great, because I see the clients having a wonderful time. And the lady of the house is right here too with me, checking us out. She's taking care of the kids, but we all work together, and we had some great gigs this weekend, and looking forward to more.
yes.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, 818-601-2788.
Yeah, you
wanna
call us
book us?
818-601-2788. The group's called Soulicious, so we do everything:
Soulicious.
R&B, soul, jazz, funk, rock, the whole 9 yards.
Blues, yeah.
Any
All
party,
right.
anytime.
Well, that's great.
Great.
I'm glad for that, because we need that support system. We need those type of organizations that you have to bring out more groups. And because if you have not gone to a Lamar show, you're missing out, because the man really can sing, and he puts on a show. It's not like today you go see a show and they're half giving it. No, he gives it all on that stage, and I love it. I'm for that type of performer. You know how I am.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not that old, but I kind of come from the old school,
Yeah.
seeing the old school
Right,
performers, and I
exactly.
always admired
I'm not
them.
trying to make you seem old, but I'm just saying the old school performers gave it all.
Yeah.
And we're missing that in the industry.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you still have a voice and you still can bless my soul, I really want to see you.
I know, and then I know John is laughing because I did a splits last night. I did James Brown.
Hey, Lamar.
Hey, Chantel. Yeah, I did the splits
Hey,
last
you
night.
guys.
Hi, how you doing there?
I'm doing fabulous.
Well, I'm glad to hear
You
you.
got my boy on. This is one of the coolest guys to have on your show.
Well,
Yeah.
thank
It
you.
really is.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're trying. I've known him for many years. We go way back, and when God put it on my heart to put him on, I just feel like his story was important. His journey is important, and we have to reach back and help the young people who are out there trying to make it, because there's nothing better than telling a story like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Lamar has, and it's inspiring. It's inspiring. He's not there's not been one time in over these years I've ever seen this man walking down. And even for my birthday, I mean, you really blessed me on my birthday. I had a 50th birthday celebration, and all these singers came from everywhere to perform. It was incredible. And I some of them just came off a tour and did it for me. I was so blessed. But he came. I think your mother was
My grandmother
grandmother was sick.
Yeah.
And he came. That's the type of man he is. He came. We brought some flowers. He just came in for a few. He said, "Look, I didn't want you to feel I didn't remember your birthday. You're really special. I love you." And he brought some flowers, gave me a kiss, and walked back out. And he said, "I got to go back to my grandma." That's who he is. Not only, he's just
amazing.
an amazing character as well as a performer. So to me, it has to be told. His story has to be told because you have paved the way for a lot of people.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard for me to, I don't really think so sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like, because to me, I'm still on the journey. I'm still, like Chantel. Chantel, she's been doing it. I won't tell your age, but she's been doing it not as long as me.
Well, you came out of the womb doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. And, but she's doing her own thing, and she's an artist herself, and she actually owns the company Solicious that I work
okay.
for.
All
So
right,
I'm
Chantel.
blessed. I'm blessed to have her and her husband and like family, and to keep us out there and keep us relevant and to keep us going because without it, like I said, the clubs, they're not paying us anymore.
Right.
So
I know.
They're not.
how do you get your voice out there? How do you let people see what you're doing and that you're still out there?
Well, I know for a fact they're not paying for anymore. So the journey is so difficult. So that's why I said their company is important.
Yes.
It's important to have that type of a company. It's important to give a platform for young artists, young and older artists, to have something to go perform somewhere because the spirit. When you have an artist, their spirit is to get their music out, to sing. You cannot not sing. That's just not part of you guys. So when you do this type of thing, what you're doing, I commend it because it is important. I thank you for that.
Yeah. Lamar has, one of the things like what you were saying, Nicole, is Lamar has a huge heart. That's one thing that people should know is that when he's on stage, he's not just singing just to get out some words. He's really giving his whole heart. And he's really entertaining you. He goes the extra mile. It's not, at the end of the day, about how much
wait a minute.
he's going to get paid.
You're going to make...
I know I'm not going to be able to look up, man.
You're going to make him
Don't
cry.
do
You're
that.
gonna, I see. Is that a tear?
Because he's done things where the money wasn't quite like he would have wanted it.
Right.
But because of the kind of performer he is, because of the kind of heart that he has behind the music, it's about being the artist and really putting himself out there and letting God do the rest.
Yes.
And, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's really what counts. I mean, we all want to get paid.
Right.
But we all want to be remembered. And I think when an artist like Lamar can come out there and bare his soul to people and give everything he got, that's memorable. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I agree with you, and I thank you for what you're doing. I thank you for calling in. That you're such an inspiration yourself. So thank you. I have another caller.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank
You
you,
have a
guys.
blessed night. Hi, welcome to the Recovery Switch.
Hi, this is RJ.
Oh, it's like my son.
That's your
I was
son?
going to call in and thank you, Lamar. Y'all talk about me, huh?
No, we
No,
didn't
no,
talk about you at all. No, we didn't talk about you at all. See, look at you, just vain. Just
Okay.
it's about me today, not you.
Okay. I just really wanted to call in and thank you, Lamar, just for being a great influence on my life. You really just changed my perspective on a lot of things just in my day-to-day, and you really pushed me in the right direction. So you just really been a blessing to me at this time of my life, trying to find myself. So I greatly appreciate you. My family appreciates you, and you're definitely a godsend figure to me. So I know Rolling with the Homies was this is from my homies. I'm sorry. Was before my time. See, I don't even know the song. It was before my time, but as much as you talk about it,
He
I know
actually
it was
wasn't
a
born.
great
He
song.
actually was not
I know
born.
a lot of people
Right,
talk about
right,
it too,
Way
so.
before his time.
That's okay, baby. We understand what you're trying to
I
say.
listen to the song. I do love it. So I definitely respect you in a great way, Lamar, because you're an awesome person and you've accomplished a lot. And I really look up to you. So thank you just for being there for me, man. I appreciate you.
That means a lot
Thank
to
you.
me.
All right.
Thank you
RJ.
so much for calling, RJ. Thank you for
Appreciate that.
No
watching the
problem.
show, and supporting us.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank
right.
you, babe. So
All
look
right.
at you. You have an amazing support system here, man.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
We all love you.
Thank you. I mean, I really, you know, I thank you.
Hold on.
All right,
All right,
RJ.
take care. Bye.
I'm good.
Bye.
Can I hang up? Okay, I was going to hang up.
Okay.
All right.
What I was going to say is, so talking about that and then bringing.
Yeah, from what she's doing, I
and
think
then- and
we
then-
need to talk about what you're about to do.
Well, I have a new project, and what happened is, some people know I got sick, you know, last year, and the doctor was saying, well, you know, you might have 6 to 8 months to live, and so at the point, I tell people, when you're faced with like a finite, like you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Wow.
I could
That's
die.
a serious thing, right?
Yeah.
And
How did you deal with that?
you know what? I'll be honest with you. I was raised in the church, and I'm, Kojic, Church of God in Christ, and Baptist, and so I really have a belief system, you know, a true belief system, and the Holy Spirit said, okay, and my doctor said, okay, you can do two things. You can either die, or you can listen to me, and we can, you know, and you got to continue on, and you can't stop, and you can't sulk and go, oh my God, why did I do this? Why did you give this to me?
Right.
Because he said, because maybe I gave this to you for a greater cause for later.
Right.
Maybe I did this because, and then I said maybe he did this also because to spur me along more so.
Right.
And what it did was I already had this plan in a couple of years. I mean, everyone knows I've been talking about doing this project and talking about it. But when you're facing and saying, "Oh my God, I could die,"
Yeah.
I was like, I really got to get this project out.
Right.
So I'm on Indiegogo,
Yeah.
and my project's called Second Coming.
Yes.
And basically, I'm trying to raise like $5,000 to do a sizzle reel, so that I can. I have a couple of companies that liked my idea that I had, but I want to be able to own it because see, like while you guys watching Straight Outta Compton, it's you got to own your own stuff.
Right.
In the industry, you got to own your own stuff.
Right.
So basically, what Second Coming is about, it starts off with me, but it's about other artists, and it's about. And I'm gonna not just do artists, but maybe people that had businesses that failed.
Right.
So it's about those people who basically were once big and maybe at one time, and then they fell off due to drugs, sex, bad management, bad
Right.
contracts.
Yeah, right.
You know, just stuff that the industry does to you.
Will destroy
And
you with,
it would,
yeah.
and so like in my group, what happened? I have 2 guys from my group that are in prison now. I mean, you have to understand that because they couldn't live just the regular day to day. You know, they had to do other things because once people think you have all this money and you're supposed to live
Yeah.
this way,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You'll do stuff so that you can live this way. And sometimes it's not the right thing. But
Yeah.
and then I have a guy in my group who tells me now he doesn't want, the other lead singer, he doesn't want to sing anymore. He's like, man,
Really?
he said that, you know what, and this is what made me go, I really got to do my project. He said, the industry's really just, Lamar, he said, it just tore me up. And he said, what they did to us
You
was
have
that a
$4
lot?
made me
million
not wanna
dollars
sing.
and say you don't file bankruptcy and you don't have $4 million no more after you've worked your butt off. That can take anybody down.
Well, you know, and so, but I always had that spirit. And then the other guy is working like Anaheim doing something. But, you know, it's like, so I'm the only one in my group that's still singing, that
wow.
actually gets on stage and is actually, so I'm the only one really that can represent my group.
Right.
So at first I thought, well, you know what, let me redo the group and put some new people in. And then I thought, well, no, you know what I'm going to do with Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter? I said, no, I'm going to redo the song and have these younger artists come and keep it the same song, but just have them do the leads and sing with me and maybe put a female rapper in it. And I got some, you know, we got some amazing, your daughter, I mean, we got some amazing women that can, you know, could get on there and do some stuff.
Right.
And then I said, well, I want to do my project called Second Coming.
Yeah.
And basically Second Coming is about, it starts with me and about this crazy lifestyle that we have in Hollywood. Trying to,
okay.
you know, I'm an older artist trying to make it again,
Right.
Right.
doing these nightclubs,
Right.
following you through, you know, running here, running,
Right.
like she said, performing, not making the money that,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
you're really supposed to make.
Right.
I mean, I'm not trying to brag on myself, but I give a good show. I
Yeah.
mean, you know what I'm saying?
You do.
And I give a show where people come and pay $10 and $15. So I've had people come up and say, oh my God, you gave me like a $50 or $60 show.
Right.
That's
You know
awesome.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you get that, you're like, you know, oh my God, you know, like, you know, so I said, God said, I gave you a voice for a reason.
Right.
It's not just for you just to be able to sing happy birthday and go, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And tell people, oh, I can sing.
Right.
I gave it to you to edify me.
Exactly.
So when the God tells you that, you're like, ooh. So I am working on a gospel album now.
Okay.
I,
Oh,
Great.
That
I
is
have
going to
some
be
second innings,
amazing.
but I'm working on
Yes.
I'm working with a guy named Kenny Ford that
Okay.
used to work with Andre Crouch. You know,
Yes.
unfortunately, my pastor, that was my pastor, he passed away this year.
Yeah.
And but we are under the tutelage now of Sandra Crouch,
Okay.
which is his sister, and so she wants to continue the music.
Great.
And I figure I got to get my voice out there because, you know, he's done so much for me. Even though I'm not rich and I don't have all that, I'm blessed because I get to actually do what I love to do and what he's given me.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of artists out there that can't find gigs.
Yeah.
Can't. I mean, I wanted to go see Straight Outta Compton, but I was blessed. I've had to do something every day. I had
Right.
Friday, Saturday, and then I'm here. So you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
there's a lot
Right.
of artists that wish they could do what I'm doing.
Or
And even
strung
though it's
out.
not a
A lot of them are
that's
just
true.
messed up. You know?
well, you know, that's what Second Coming is about. Second
Yeah.
Coming is basically those artists, because you have some artists that still live in that grand delusion that, oh, you know, I'm still a big star. People know who I am, but you're living on someone else's couch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Second Coming.
That's the realest thing I've ever heard.
Well, no, I'm serious.
It's
I mean,
true.
You know,
I-
or,
I
or
know.
when
A
lot
they
of
drive up,
artists.
when
I
you
know.
when you go
Yeah.
to the red carpet event, they go, "Oh, we got to rent a car. What do we got to rent a car for? I mean, take your Hyundai, take your Sonata." You know what I'm saying? I mean, why do you have to? Why? You know, but Hollywood, everyone wants to showboat.
Yeah, you
know,
have
every-
to. True.
You know, everybody wants to
That's
go to.
so
That's how it's
the mall.
catered.
You don't have any money. You know, I've actually, no offense, and I'm not talking about you. You guys know who I am, who you are. But I've had an artist who had I only had $500 and took $450 and bought an outfit and went to the red carpet.
Wow.
And got there, and then they thought there was going to be free food. Wasn't no free food. You know, wasn't no, so here you got $50 on you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, but people are flashing lights on you, and you're smiling, and they're taking
Right.
interviews with
What
you.
was
but,
the reason for doing that? I'm confused.
well, because a lot of people feel, like you were saying, the machine. People feel that they have to live up to, you know, they have to
certain
live
If,
to
if
a
you
certain
see me looking like
expectations.
this, you'll want to be around me or want to sign me? I'm
Well,
confused.
no, it's just that people want. I don't know. Hollywood is. Y'all gonna get mad at me. Hollywood is this. I don't know. It's this. I call it the land of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Yeah.
Because everybody
true.
thinks it's a certain way, but when we really get into the real Hollywood,
Right.
it's not. I've had big time artists, and I'm not gonna mention them, who've slept on my couch, who've been through drug addictions, you know, have drug problems, who, you know, messed up in the head because of things that happened to them when they were kids, and they can't get it right. I have my, and I'm not gonna tell you now, but you have to, you know, once I get the program going, see what my problem was. I mean, I had a boundary that I was so scared to come do certain things because I was scared certain things would come out.
Right.
And so
Oh, wow.
it kind of set me back from wanting to get out there and do stuff because you got the media, you got TMZ, you got everybody in your business and stuff
Right.
like that. And you do feel that you have to
Because
live
you
a
created
certain...
an image.
Yes, you create this image and you feel like you have to live that image. And
Now, this
it-
image,
must be hard.
image in Hollywood, the image that we create really kill us as
Yeah,
people.
it really
You know,
does.
and I have always stood as a true, I am who I am. And I'm not pretending for you.
Mm-hmm.
Money comes, money goes, whatever, and it's going to be real every day. But a lot of people in Hollywood don't understand that.
don't understand that because they look at, you know, no offense, they look at the Kardashians, but what we don't do is we don't really look at the backstory. You know, even though the Kardashians are famous, you got to realize that
How did
they
she
came
become
from
that?
money. They came from money.
Right.
They had their own store called Dash, which, think about it, they were young entrepreneurs from the start. Their mom
Right.
was like, I'm going to give you some money. You open your own store. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course,
But-
you had the
but-
sex tape. But,
but that's
but
what-
you
that's
have to
what
under-
it started
But you have to
It just
understand,
blew
though,
up from there.
but you have to understand that their mom was like, okay, we've got lemons, but we're gonna make lemonade out of this.
That's what she
And
did.
so then what
You
they did
have to
was
give her that.
They're gonna say, okay, we're gonna continue to do this. We're gonna continue to do that.
And
And
they
then
did.
with Second Coming, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get those stars that were big at one time that fell off, and then we're gonna try to come in like I really would love to use you guys. You know, like have people that can come, like Recovery Switch, talk to them, get
Right.
them back on track. Maybe even in the show, it's gonna be a reality show. Follow them through what they're doing. Like, how can we get you back on track to either get back in the clubs or
Right.
get back on
Singing,
tour,
yeah.
or
Right.
to start recording again. And if they have problems, they need to talk to the preachers. They need to talk to psychiatrists.
Yeah.
I want to do that with the show and do that because we have a lot of artists out there that were big. And I mean, a lot of people don't know this. I mean, you see some of these artists on, we go to the red carpets, we go to the Image Awards, we're looking good, we're doing all this and that.
Right.
And then they go to the club and they say, hey, can you buy me a drink? You know, you're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, dude, you just was in a movie. How, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
But you forget, you got to pay your agent, you got to pay your manager.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
your
gotta pay rent.
contract was horrible.
Oh, you had a bad
Yeah,
contract?
you didn't read
Right.
your contract because I've experienced situations where people try to rush you through contracts, and they get offended when you dissect a contract. And for my dog, because I manage her for many years, I'll dissect a contract, and then they were like, oh well, I mean, that's the standard that we normally do. Well, that's not what we're gonna do. But if you don't get that attitude that you can walk out that room,
Right. Yeah.
If you don't get that attitude that you can walk out that room and walk away from the deal, you cannot be desperate.
Well, and that's what,
desperation
and I'm so
is.
glad you said that, because that's what happened with us when we were young. When we signed with Hammer, we were desperate. We were like, because, and that's what I was saying, like you said, finding your voice.
Yeah.
It took me all these years to realize that at that time, when they said, we're not going to sign the group without you, I did not have enough in me to say, you know what, I've got some pull here.
And knowing your worth.
And knowing your worth and saying, you know what,
that's
I'm
a
going to
big
walk
part.
out this room, because basically, if I would have walked out that room and said we're not going to do it, we might have had a better contract. But none of my boys in my group, we didn't
Had
see
the
that.
strength.
Right.
The first thing we said was he gave us $100.
Right.
And then he took us to Tony Roma's. Took us to Tony Roma's, and then we were sitting there, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, he gave us $100." And back then we were thinking, "Ooh, big money." and then, you know what I'm saying. So then after that, and I tell you, and then not knowing your worth, then we go and we do Gangsta Lean, and Gangsta Lean becomes this big hit.
Right.
And so then we're on the road, and people, I mean, it was crazy. I mean, we were like the number 3 group that year, and people were autographs. I mean, it was, go do we were on the Silk tour. We're going around, we're signing autographs. We're in New York. People are loving us.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they said, well, you have a second single that you got to put out. Well, we decided the second single, and then we was like, well, I'm and this is God's truth, no offense, Capitol Records, but I was in a meeting with the heads of Capitol Records discussing what the next video was going to be about. And I said, well, I want to do, how you sit there with your budget and say, well, this is going to be the budget. And I said, well, we need cars, because I want us all to drive cars and do this and that. And you know what those guys said? Oh, no. We don't want you guys to know cars. What? And I said, well, why? We just sold like 5 million records. I mean, the world feels that we've come up. I mean, my first video, I'm on a railroad track walking down the street.
Right.
So I want people to know that, my song is sold, and now, we coming up, like George and Wheezy.
Right.
But the thing is, they said, no, we want you guys to still be street and grimy, and we want you guys to be. So if you see my video, Scoundrels Get Lonely, you notice we're walking again. We're at the train tracks.
Wow.
One guy is at the bus stop, and the bus passes by, and he doesn't even get on. So I guess, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, but
I
that's
can't
what he's talking about,
believe
how the industry
Yeah.
dictates what you do. And it wasn't until we got to do Jason's lyric, and I wrote a song called, me and Lavelle wrote a song called No More Love.
Okay.
It goes, ain't no love in the heart of the city.
Oh, that was it?
Ain't no love in the heart.
Okay.
Child
Yeah.
is born.
Yes.
through the pain. I believe it's number 11 or 9 on the soundtrack.
Yeah, I remember
in
that.
the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So we wrote
Great
that.
song.
When we did that, that's when I was like, you know what? People really want to hear us sing. So we need to start singing. And that's when everything started. When really I started asking more questions. That's when everything broke apart. And that's when they filed bankruptcy on us.
But that's real, and that's why the program that he has that he's doing. What's the name of it again?
Second Coming.
Second Coming. What a great name.
Yeah.
But it's a reality show that he's going to do, and he's going to define, how we can reestablish artists, bring them from kind of like what happened with a lot of the artists from who is it? Charlie Wilson. He tells his story that he was on drugs,
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
great.
God
Oh.
God blessed him to
Yes.
find the right situation, and then this person wrote for him and got him back on top, because he
Yep.
does an amazing show.
Oh, he's
and it's the
amazing.
same type of era, a different type of a lot of these artists still can do great shows, but they're broken. They're totally broken. And his reality show is about helping them become a whole again,
Healing
and
them,
start
yes.
healing them and
Healing
making
them,
them whole.
because a lot of them, and what helped me a lot was my faith.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
really helped me. And so some people don't have faith, and sometimes you
Yeah.
might have to introduce that to them.
Right.
And then
Yeah, you do.
sometimes they just need someone also that you see. Fans are different than people that really truly love you.
Yeah.
I tell people, fans, they want to touch you, they want to hold you.
Right.
But that's just
You're a
it. And
trophy to them.
Yeah, you're a trophy.
Right.
But when you have someone that really cares about you and looks after you, a lot of these artists didn't have people like that. A lot of people had people that were like, they thought about the money, wanted
Yeah.
to make money. And then once you're no good to them or you're not making money, I've seen artists that actually were still number one on the charts, but because they weren't making money,
Right.
management is just kind of throwing them to the side.
Yeah.
And
Or
those,
just get shelved.
yeah, oh yeah,
The shelving, you know those shelving situations.
Oh,
where
man,
you just made a record, but then the next record doesn't look. They don't think it may have went well, but they don't think so. They shelf you, and then they start to bring out somebody else that seems to be more relevant or whatever. I mean,
Or have more money behind
no,
them,
have
or-
nobody, right?
yeah, have
or
more
have
money, yeah.
taken a lot of their money.
Right.
The journey is so real about what he's talking about. We're talking about people, money has been taken from them. They didn't know the information to sign contracts properly. It is not, a lot of them got on drugs because a lot of these managers and some record companies were giving people drugs and
that's true.
keeping them
That is so
to
true.
in a downward spiral because it made them more creative to be high and make them, and it's still the stigma to this day. They can't do nothing without being high. So
But that's a control. A lot of young artists. That's a way to control you, and you have to learn that you can't allow them to do that. You got to be your own person.
You have to be clear.
Yes, you got to be your own person, and you got to. And honestly, you really got to read that, like she said, the Bible, this business of music, and all about, and even Kashif's book.
Yeah,
Kashif
Kashif has a
Kashif
real
has
good book,
really
and
good
he
book.
makes it plain. I love Kashif's
Yes,
book.
yeah.
But those books are essential for your growth. I don't care if you're doing it through social media. You still need to know this business because it was written for a purpose by people who did it from the beginning. So we need to do that. But what his reality show is, support him. Help him in his journey to get this show on because
I'm
it's
only
going
looking for
to make chance.
$5,000. No, I've raised. Some people have. I've raised it really about $1,100, even though
Okay.
it doesn't show it on there. But I have.
Right,
So
yeah.
I thank you for those people that have contributed. I'm still looking for some more. So you can go to Indie, INDIEGOGO.
Right.
It's INDIEGOGO.com, and mine is called Second Coming.
Yeah,
Look at
Second
you,
Coming.
Second
What a
Coming.
great name, Second
I like
Coming.
that.
And how many of us are out there that would love a second coming? But this is something designed to help people who have been used and abused and are great talents and
And can I
haven't been
interrupt for
given a
just a
chance.
second? And
Yeah.
if you're one of those, you contact me. On Facebook, I'm Lamar Lubin, Lamar Deuce Lubin at yahoo.com or DRS_music.com,
Yeah.
which is the website.
Okay.
And you can do that.
And that's the way they get a hold of
They
you?
can get a hold of me that way. Can I give my phone number?
I wouldn't give my phone number.
Okay, I won't give a phone number. But look me up.
Unless it's something, it's a business phone number.
Lamar Lubin, LamarLubin on Facebook.
Yeah,
Contact
Facebook him,
me.
a message him.
Yes. If you're an artist that you've been out there and, even if you weren't really big, but you had something, contact me because I'd love for you to be part of the show and then also when you do donate to me, I have perks. So it's not that you just give me money. I have if you give me $1,000, you'll be one of the producers of the show, and then you get a CD, you get a live show from me. If someone does give me $5,000, they'll be one of the executive producers. They'll get a live show, VIP, because we're going to do a live show at the club and have their people come out, give them CDs, give them autograph. So anytime you do donate to me, even if it's $1, I give you something when you do donate because I feel like you got to give the people something for helping you out.
Yeah, so we got to wrap up. So let's make it plain. A sizzle reel is something that you actually put on video the entire show. So he has to film everything that he's going to do with everybody as best he can and make it concise. And that's a sizzle reel. And that's what he's trying to do with raising this money, is making this sizzle reel available so that he can shop it and get it out there because we all think it's needed. I just want to thank you, Lamar, for coming on the
Thank
show,
you.
telling your story
Great
and being
story.
real. You didn't have to be so real, but I appreciate that you were.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm just going to tell you guys this, and like Tony said, because Abraham, I know everybody. Nicole,
yeah.
Your daughter, Abraham. And I really thank you guys for coming with this, because actually this is what we don't realize with everything that's going on with the Black Lives Matter. We need recovery. We all are recovering from something.
Yeah.
Yes,
and you know what I'm saying? And so we
So
do
true.
need a recovery switch. So I just thank you so much. Remember when you told me you're writing the book, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to write the book. And you did that. But everything you said you were going to do, you do. And I just applaud you for that.
Thank you. I thank
I
you.
do.
Like I said, we go back, and you are amazing. And I just wanted to introduce him to every one of these viewers out there in the world. So I thank you guys for tuning in this today and hearing his story. Support him and be there. We at the Recovery Switch is about forward movement. We're about a positive change and empowerment. That's what we are. We have a YouTube channel. Please check us out. It is at youtube.com/c/The Recovery Switch. Check us out, subscribe to our channel, and we're on Facebook. But please tune in next Sunday at 8 o'clock, and we'll be here with another Recovery Switch story. We thank you for tuning in, and God bless.
God bless. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
You're listening to The Recovery Switch, where victory lives, with Nicole Elizabeth Squires, only on LA Talk Radio.